some people will try to tell you 2 days till Nintendo Switch 2, but I say 1, because for me it's one more sleep. I'm picking up my console tomorrow, late night, and we ready to go. If you're getting that console at Best Buy or GameStop, one of those midnight launches, it's just tomorrow, which is freaking crazy. Don't know what to do with myself, so we're making another video covering the latest and greatest in Nintendo Switch 2 news. We got a lot to talk about, including a surprise drop game that could be coming at Summer Game Fest and rock the Switch 2 opening week world. That would be fantastic. Plus the latest from Nintendo on the games and the console that is supposed to be out, at least in some parts of the world, tomorrow morning. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Hit that like button if you're excited. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you want to see first? Do you want to see unboxing? Do you want to see setup? You want to see tricks, secret features? You want to see trying to compare it to the Switch 1? You want to see Mario Kart gameplay? What do you want to see? I'd love to know in the comments down below. It begins with Welcome Tour being actually good. Multiple previews came out today for Mario Kart World and for Welcome Tour, with a bunch of journalists confirming like, yo, we're not getting any review units, but we were able to go to Nintendo and play some of these games. And I got two different sources here, two different sites that are saying Welcome Tour is wonderful. This comes from VGC, and then we also have Nintendo Life over here saying it's actually really good. They're telling us that Welcome Tour is actually really good. The mini games, the ways it teaches you about the system, the ways it shows everything off, that it's fun, that it's enjoyable, that it's good, that it's wonderfully weird. It should have been bundled, but it's good. And we know that the only first-party game dropping on launch day is Mario Kart World. So this begs the question, are you willing to swallow the $10 price point that should get rid of that one and just be a $0 price point if it's actually good? Like, if this is fun, is it worth 10 bucks? On principle, no. I'm going to have to check it out for you, though. I'm going to have to see if it's worth it, and we're going to have to put it through the paces. Good news, though, that people are quite high on Welcome Tour, because I thought they would be insanely low, especially after the early reaction was like, dude, why are they even charging for this? Now, we know that Nintendo is preparing for a grim future because they're sending out out-of-stock signs to retailers already. In the bundle where you get your Mario Kart World sign, you get your end cap display, you get your Switch 2s, they're also passing out out-of-stock signs to make it easy for stores to share and show people, we ain't got Switch 2s. Now, inevitably, customers are still going to walk right past that sign and go up and ask about the Switch 2, so I don't know how much convenience it's actually bringing these employees, but I don't know what you make of this. Nintendo has said consistently that they're going to be flooding the channels with as many Switch 2s as they can. We know that all these stores are going to have launch day units ready to go, even for people that didn't pre-order, which is great news. But then it seems like there could be a period where it's just out of stock. While sending out of stock sign of this size, unless you feel like they're going to be out of stock. Nintendo knows more than we do in terms of where they're shipping, how quickly they're able to ship. This doesn't look great, and so I would recommend, if you're trying to get one, try to grab it on launch day as best you can. One thing I do love, though, is that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet got a Nintendo Switch 2 trailer, and we're able to see 60 frames per second on this game. Hot diggity dog, is this a second coming for what should have been regarded as the best ever Pokemon game? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are fantastic. To me, the only thing that gets in their way is the performance. And if Switch 2 is able to remedy that, if Switch 2 is able to rectify the performance issues, and have this bump to 60 frames per second, and have this optimized, great look, dude, we could be in for a renaissance of Pokemon. Yes, these games are a couple of years old, but if you decided to quit on it or never give it a chance, due to the fact that it had such performance problems, the windmill going at like 2 frames per second, and a lot of quality drops as you played and progressed through the game, then this is going to be a candidate for like an early Switch 2 under the radar. But how could it be under the radar? Because it's Pokemon Gem. Like, I love the game despite its performance problems, but I think anybody that's played Pokemon needs to try Scarlet and Violet with the Switch 2 free patch, knowing now that they're bumping it up to 60 frames per second. They've got a trailer that shows it off that is very, very cool. And now these early areas and things that ran so poorly are looking quite nice. And I'm really excited then for the future of the Pokemon franchise. Hopefully Game Freak can use the 60 frames per second as their baseline going forward. because I don't believe they've had a 60 FPS game. I don't think they've had that before. Definitely not with Pokemon. So very, very nice. Now, this is going to kind of be a good thing for those of you who are worried about day and date releases. Madden NFL 26 is coming to Switch, and it is on launch day. Boom. Our first big title that is not coming out at launch. That is a third-party game, a multi-platform game. And it's a massive win for Nintendo to have this on the same day as everywhere else. We knew based on the initial direct that Madden was coming to Switch 2, just like Borderlands and WWE amongst others, but there was no dates given, and they did not confirm or deny if it was going to be a day-and-date release, or if it was something that was going to feel the burn of the Switch 2 waiting period. We now know that it's not going to. It's going to be out, ready to go. Saquon Barkley is on the cover after his phenomenal year, and the game is going to get a full reveal tomorrow, so you can pay attention to that, because now this is a Switch 2 title, not just a PlayStation 5, Xbox title. Great to see Madden back, and great to see that it's not the all-play version. Those of you that remember the Wii era, that was kind of embarrassing, but it's the real version, it's day and date, and that bodes well for everything like Borderlands 4 being the same day and date. Every game on Nintendo Switch 2 that's releasing multi-platform should be the same date. We should not have to wonder if it's going to be or not going to be. It should just be day and date. No questions asked. The system can run it. Make it happen, everybody. Speaking of making it happen, the one thing that would be world rattling is if this game shadow dropped during Summer Games Fest and Nintendo Switch 2 had another killer app at launch. All right, we first saw this from Wario 64 late last night, that Hollow Knight Silksong received updates to its packages on SteamDB, one apparently receiving an update for the first time in 15 months. Now, a lot of times when these things happen behind closed doors, it's because they are preparing for something big with the game. Now, this could be as big as the game launching. This could be a release date update, but people are saying that, hey, like, it's going to be at Summer Games Fest, and people are thinking that it could be a shadow drop. Now, that would be absolutely insane if it does come. If one of Keighley's like big announcements is Hollow Knight is out now, it could line up with the Xbox showcase, because they are having a more traditional E3 style showcase separate from Keighley's presentation. And we know that Hollow Knight Silksong has done work with both Xbox and Nintendo in the past. Could they announce it there and then it's just out this weekend for all platforms? Even if that's not the case, even if they just give us a release date, that feels like it's inevitable after this SteamDB update. So we should be getting at least a release date. We know this game is coming out in 2025, and I think it's going to be very soon. I don't think they're going to want to try to match this against heavy hitters in the holiday. I think they'll capitalize on a late summer window. If they don't do the stealth drop would be like one of the biggest moments in gaming history. Or they could just have it come out, say, like July 30th, and that would be freaking sweet. Either way, it feels like this one is very close, and it feels like we'll find out exactly how close on Friday at the Summer Games Fest presentation, opening night live, or on Saturday at the Xbox showcase. My bet would be on the former, but maybe it's going to be the latter. Either way, we'll have to wait and see. It doesn't seem like this is going to show up now at a Nintendo Direct. It seems like it's going to show up. Well, it probably still will, but like the release date, the launch could actually be at a different place. But the great news about the Switch 2 is when things like that happen, you don't have to worry anymore. It's like, oh, Hollow Knight Silksong showed up at the Xbox showcase. Well, it's definitely coming to Switch. Oh, Madden 26 showed up at the State of Play. It's definitely coming to Nintendo Switch. Like, that is something that we weren't able to say with Switch 1, and now we can say with Switch 2, and we can say it super soon. The system is out tomorrow night. Cannot freaking wait. Let me know how you're killing the time. Let me know what you want to see first. I'll bring you more updates as they come. Hopefully everyone has the best of luck pre-ordering, or I guess rather picking up your pre-order and waiting in line. Of course, I'll see you again on another video. In the meantime, though, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive out there. One more freaking sleep, and we're playing the next gen of Nintendo, the system we're going to enjoy for 6, 7, 8 years and beyond, honestly. Like, it's going to be a part of our Nintendo life forever, starting tomorrow. Cannot freaking wait. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Switch Force out.